Hello everyone, good morning. Welcome to Radio Free Radford. We're going to interrupt the music for just a little bit today to do an interview segment for the show. Let's talk about it, which is hosted by me, and my name is Jessica. I appreciate you guys tuning in today. We have a great show lined up for you this week. I'm very excited to be joined by Brady Whitacre of Radford Baseball. So, Brady, thank you so much for being on the show today.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Of course. So, before we kind of jump into this interview, do you want to tell a little bit about yourself for all of our listeners?
Yeah, absolutely. I came to Radford. This is my third year at Radford. I came here from a junior college in West Virginia. Hometown is in West Virginia, about 4 hours north of Radford. So did 2 years at a junior college and then transferred into Radford. And I am in a master's program right now. I got my fifth year back from COVID. So thankfully, that's one of the good things that came from COVID. I got another year back, and I'm in a master's program now, and then just finishing up my last semester of baseball in school.
That's like a bittersweet moment, I'm sure.
Yes, absolutely.
So you mentioned you played Radford, at Radford for a few years now. So how long have you been actually playing baseball? What got you into it?
Oh my goodness. I come from a pretty sporty family, so I know for sure over 10 years now. I think we started whenever we were 8 years old, whatever T-ball is. And my brother's 2 years older than me. He actually had the exact same process that I've had. So he went to the same junior college that I went to, and then he came here after 2 years at that junior college, and we actually got to play together for a year. His grad year was my first year here. So pretty much just following his footsteps, it's been a pretty cool journey and road that we've got to kind of go on together. So that's pretty much how and what my journey has been like, and he's kind of set the stepping stones for me. So it's been very, very cool.
How was it like to play with him? Was it pretty competitive?
It was awesome. It was awesome. We're really close, and we got to live together and everything. So it kind of came out of nowhere too. I mean, it's a funny story. I told my parents, whenever I was in my sophomore year of junior college, I was like, the only place I don't want to go is Radford, just because I want to switch it up a little bit, get away from my brother a little bit. But then, faith's a big part of our life, and it's funny how God works things out. He's like, okay, you're going to go to Radford and grow there, and kind of be able to experience once in a lifetime opportunities with your brother. So it's been it was awesome. It was one of the best years of my life.
Well, I'm glad that was a good experience for you. So you're a catcher. Have you always been a catcher, or did you switch up somewhere?
Yeah, I definitely have caught predominantly my whole life. My physical size is not. I'm not gifted in that area, so it's hard for me to. It's kind of hard for this positions that I could play. So catching's always been. I come from a smaller town in West Virginia, so I played a little bit of infield and stuff like that, just because of at the high school level, just because that's kind of what needed done. But pretty much everything after that and leading up to it has been catching, just because of it's just where I naturally gravitated towards, and where pretty much the only place where I could kind of fit in at too.
Okay. And your number 14 have you always been number 14? Does it have some kind of special significance for you? Did you pick that?
No, actually, that's a good question. Through my first 2 years at Radford, last 2 years, I've been 19.
Oh.
So a little number change this year. We a kid, one of the transfers coming in, they can kind of, if no one really cares, you can kind of request a number if it really means a lot to you. And so there's no significance to 14. It's just one of my really good friends last year wore 14, and whenever someone else coming in wanted my number, I was like, yeah, sure, why not? I mean, it doesn't matter. Just give if he wants the number, he wants the number. And then they're like, yeah, you can pick with whatever's left. And 14 was open because one of my really good friend, James Ward, he left last year, and I was like, yeah, why not? I'll try to, take his number, try to carry that legacy on a little bit. So that's where the number kind of comes from.
Okay, because I know some people will pick them. So I mean, and you said you don't really mind if people are like whatever. You're just like, okay, you can have it. That's fine.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I don't really. There's not a specific number. I mean, we were funny enough. We kind of were the numbers 24 and 14 growing up, but like, there's never been a significance to why. That's just kind of what Zach and I, my brother, we're getting growing up, and that's just kind of what's stuck. But I guess it's funny how full circle moment that it comes back to 14 on my last year. So that is pretty cool.
Yeah. So, I mean, with it being your last year and stuff too, I know you said you had no intention to come to Radford when you first started looking, but what made you want to stay at Radford?
Oh yeah, I mean, since I've stepped foot on campus, it's been a great experience. Just the guy. I mean, we'll say this, like, the two of the things that I'll miss the most about baseball is just like the competitive nature of the games, and the guys. Like, the people are really what make it, and that's I've been blessed with so many good relationships built here at Radford. So I mean, it's been super easy to, once I've got to campus, once I've gotten to Radford, it was like, okay, there's no reason for me to leave, and I don't want to leave. So it's been nothing but the best from my experience on my end of what has happened at Radford.
What is, like, your specific experience kind of balancing, like, being a baseball player and then also, like, your academics? Because I think you were actually honored for your GPA recently.
Yeah, it's not easy per se. We do, baseball takes a lot of our time, but it's doable also at the same time of being able to kind of keep on top of your grades and honestly excel a little bit too. It's doable. You just have to, time management is a big thing. I mean, you have to kind of slot out and give time to what you know you're going to have to do, and that's classes and schoolwork and assignments and tests and everything like that. So, I mean, I think it's all about planning ahead and being smart about where you spend your time away from the baseball field. I mean, I know a lot of us, we do hang out a lot. We do have time to just spend with each other, but at the same time, we have to get the things done that we've ultimately signed up for at school and kind of getting a degree. So just balancing all of that. I mean, you can, just with a good schedule, a good planner, just plan it out is kind of what I've experienced, what's been the best for me.
What is the training program here like? What do you think?
Yeah, we're a spring sport, so in the fall it's a little bit harder. We have lifts in the morning. We have 6:45 lifts in the mornings, and then classes throughout the day, and then we'll start practice around 2:00, 2:30, something like that, and then go from there for the fall. And for the spring, we don't have lifts because we're in season and stuff like that. We have preseason leading up to it, and then we have practice at 2:15, 2:30, sometime in the early afternoon, and then lifts right after. So the training it's extensive. It's a lot, but it's very, very beneficial. It's very good. We have a great support staff. We have a strength coach that works with us, just with our team, and then athletic trainers that are at practice, that are at treatment every single day. So it's very, very nice.
Okay. And then I'm going to transition a little bit into, like, gameplay and stuff here, especially at Radford. What are your thoughts on, like, all the pregame hype? Do you get, like, really into it when you hear music playing and warming up?
Yeah, I mean, pregame's special. It's really, really special. It's hard to recreate it anywhere else. I'd say for us, we have a good mix. They let us. That's one nice thing about what the coaches let us do. They let us make our pregame playlist. So there's a lot of, we just kind of have a Google Doc thing, and there's a lot of different genres and different music on there. So anyone can go in there and kind of add a song, obviously appropriately, but anyone can go on there and add whatever they want. So it's pretty cool to kind of see, like, what different people like, what gets different people locked in. So I try not to get really, really too excited or too hyped up. I try to kind of stay even a little bit, but there are some times that, I mean, obviously you get butterflies, you get the excitement, the anticipation. It's really, really cool. It's really, really special feeling, especially whenever you have, we have pretty nice speakers. It's pretty loud down there, so it's pretty cool to hit BP with the music playing and all your friends around it. It's really cool.
Do you guys do walk-up songs?
We do.
Oh,
We
okay.
do.
Yeah.
We have the opportunity actually to have two, so it's nice. It rotates. It flips back and forth every other at bat. You hear two different songs, so it's very nice.
Do you want to share what your two are?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. I alluded to this earlier. My faith is very, very big part of my life. It's the biggest part of my life. So I have my first one is Nobody by Casting Crowns.
Okay.
It's one that my brother used also, so it's kind of cool. It's sentimental, and it's, I morally I kind of gravitate towards that. And then the other one is When Mercy Found Me by Brett Walker Band. It's I actually heard it playing from a guy that played on I think you can see Asheville my first year. He had that as a walk-up song, so it's always been in the back of my mind, and I just kind of put it into the rotation this year, so it's been very, very nice.
Oh, that seems really nice. I'm glad that you picked something like that means something to you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Do you have like a favorite baseball memory here out of like the many years you've been playing?
Yeah, definitely. Probably two, honestly, and they both came from the same person. My first year here, you're playing USC Upstate at home, opening conference weekend, and we had a bottom of the ninth. We were up by one. There was a guy on third, and there was a fly ball hit to right field, and I was catching, and Corbin Grantham caught it, threw it home, and I tagged him out for a double play to end the game. So that was pretty cool. That was a really, really, really cool moment. Definitely top two. And then the second one is senior day last year versus Winthrop at home again. We were down a lot, and we came back in the ninth, and Corbin again hit a walk-off double last year. So I'd say those are the two of the best memories, or the two that stick out to me whenever someone asks me, right off the top of my head, if I have any good ones. So those two, and then always there's so many more, but those two have been really, really, really big.
Okay. Do you have a favorite team that you like to play in conference?
Oh, good question. I mean, I'd say, I don't know about favorite team, but I'd say like there's some facilities that are pretty nice. I think everyone kind of talks about High Point. High Point has nice stuff. Winthrop's really nice too. So I'd say, and we know a lot of people, because baseball's kind of a small world. We know a lot of people from playing summer ball and playing in different leagues and growing up and stuff like that. But the teams that have a couple of my friends on them are always cool to play too, just to kind of see them, say what's up to them before the game or after the game, and then kind of get on with it. But it's a couple of kids from Charleston Southern that I know and everything. So the conference is very good, and it's very well respected and everything.
So I know you just mentioned like being able to see your friends like that on other teams. Does your schedule or like routine vary when you play home and away? Like, does your personal routine change when you have to go travel?
Yeah, good question. Yes, it does. It does. I mean, you try not to. I mean, you want as least moving objects as possible, but whenever you're traveling and whenever you're away from home and the luxury of being home, it does change a little bit. I mean, we were just talking about this the other night, because we're about to have our first road trip. Spring break, we're traveling a lot, and just being at the hotels and staying at the hotels and just being out of your own bed, it does change a little bit of just quality of sleep and stuff like that, and then your routine too, just because you have to, we have breakfast in the mornings, treatment afterwards, just different things like that aren't, it just starts a little bit earlier than when you're at home. You still have, obviously you do breakfast, but it's on your own. You still have treatment, but it's instead of it being at 8:30, it's at 11:30 or noon. So just different things like that. I mean, we try to do the same things. The schedule is just a little bit moved up sometimes, and just a little bit maybe more rushed. I don't know if that's the right word, but just maybe a little bit more rushed or crammed in a little bit. So we try to not have it rotate as much as we can. We try to take all those factors out of it, but sometimes it's just the way the cookie crumbles a little bit.
Do you have any like superstitions that you have to have or that you maintain?
Oh man, No, not really. I'm not really a super big superstitious guy. I mean, the golden rule kind of just don't step on the line before the games. We try to honor that. I mean, if you do something obviously and step on it, whatever, but we try to, or at least I try to honor that a little bit. But other than that, not really. I mean, coffee's a must. But I wouldn't say that's a superstition. That's just an everyday thing instead of just on game days. So that's what I would say, I guess.
What about like a meal? Do you have a favorite meal you like to eat, or does it change probably when you're on the road and stuff?
It changes. I mean, I mean, even if it's like afternoonish, I love having like breakfast food, quote unquote breakfast food. So eggs, bacon, ham, whatever meat you want with it. So that's probably a lot of our, or at least a lot of our apartment's diet is kind of breakfast food, what people would think of as. So I say that's the routine, but if it switches or if that's not available, then it's still okay.
I'm really surprised to hear that it's breakfast food. That's like, I don't know, I just wouldn't expect that.
Yeah, I know. It's like at our apartment, it's either meat, ground beef, chicken, something like that, and then pretty much eggs or rice or some sort of side to go with it. So it is a lot of the same food, but kind of different combinations with it. So.
Okay, so I feel like I have to ask this now, and I'm sure all of our listeners are gonna want to know, so I'm gonna ask anyway. Going off of food, since like hot dogs are like a staple at ballparks,
yeah.
What would be like your go-to hot dog? Like, how do you make it?
Oh, go-to hot dog.
Yes.
Okay. Just ketchup mustard on it. Just ketchup mustard. I mean, sometimes if not at a ballpark, probably sometimes like meat sauce on top of it, but just ketchup mustard at a baseball game, the best. Can't beat it. Just plain a little bit. Just kind of never misses. It never misses. So that's what my answer would be.
So you said ketchup mustard if you were like at a game. Would you make it differently if you weren't? Would you make it differently at home?
Okay, so there's this place back home.
Okay.
No one's gonna know what this is, but there's this place back home that does like it has like meat sauce, kind of like chili a little bit, but it's not like chili on top actually, but it has meat sauce. So if I'm there, then it's like ketchup mustard and the sauce that they put on top, like meat sauce. But
Okay.
If not anywhere else, it's just ketchup mustard.
Just ketchup mustard. Okay, that's a solid choice.
Yeah.
Solid choice. So, kind of speaking of that, what's your favorite baseball team?
The Orioles. My grandma's a huge Baltimore Orioles fan, so my grandma was a huge Orioles fan, and where we're from in West Virginia, we're about an hour and a half from Pittsburgh and the same, an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours to Baltimore. So my grandma was a huge Orioles fan, and my grandfather, my poppy, he was a huge Pirates fan. So those are my two top teams, but I gravitate more towards the Orioles just because that's kind of who I've watched more growing up. So the Orioles for sure.
I'm glad to hear you say that. I'm a little biased because like my family are Orioles fans, so it's like good to hear you say that it's Orioles because I would have to be like, oh, another team. I don't know about that, but.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
And there's not many of us out there too. You know, you hear a lot of Yankees, Dodgers fans, but Orioles, it's been a long time coming for us. Hopefully we have a good year.
Yeah. Do you go there a lot? Do you go see games there a lot?
Not really. We did a lot growing up, but just as it's gotten busier a little bit with our schedule and playing in the spring. I mean, summertime, being summer ball and stuff like that, I've taken one trip past couple summers to see a game. But other than that, not really as much as I would like to, honestly.
Have you been to other like baseball stadiums in the country?
I've only been to a couple. I've been to the National Stadium, to Pittsburgh, and to Baltimore. And I've been to Atlanta too. So not many, honestly. Which that's something that I would like to at least put on the bucket list. A couple of them, go see some different places.
Well, I was gonna ask you, like, is Camden Yards your favorite one to go to, or have you been like really impressed by another one? And you're like, oh, this ranks number one for me in like terms of visiting.
Yeah, I mean, Camden Yards, just because the setup is cool and the hotel in the background and stuff like that, that's really, really cool. But honestly, I mean, I watch, sometimes you just see videos pop up on your feed or whatever, and a lot of people say PNC is out of all of them up there for the most beautiful park and stuff like that. So it's been nice that the two that I've been to are pretty historic and very, very well respected. But I mean, obviously, like Dodger Stadium would be pretty cool. I'd also, if we play like MLB The Show or anything, I think the Giants Stadium is pretty cool in San Francisco. But hit the ball into the river, to the harbor or whatever. That's pretty cool. Kind of sticks out from home run derbies for me watching growing up and stuff like that. But other than that, I mean, not too many stick out in my mind. Like, okay, I have to go to this park.
Okay. So, kind of going off of your favorites, I think another obvious question would be, who is your favorite baseball player?
Oh my, that's a good question. Now it's more towards catchers, towards watching different catchers. I know. I mean, I don't even know if people know this, but Patrick Bailey's really, really good. Austin Hedges really good. I like to watch some catchers, just kind of see what they do and kind of emulate, honestly, them. But my favorite player growing up was Matt Kemp. That's kind of a throwback for a lot of people, but I liked watching him play. I liked the way that he went about his business, the way he carried himself and stuff like that. So my favorite player growing up was definitely Matt Kemp. Watched a lot of his hitting. Obviously, we don't play the same position, but his hitting and just kind of the way he went about his stuff was really, really, really cool to watch.
Well, thank you so much for sharing that. I appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem. Absolutely.
So we're coming up on our last few questions, which is really sad because it's been so much fun. So you're a catcher right now, as we said earlier. If you could play another position other than your current one, which one would you want to play and why?
I mean, you just have to go with shortstop. It's just the first person you look at on the field is the shortstop. So I would say that shortstop, and then I feel like pitching would be pretty cool too. But if I don't think I could give up. I think hitting is one of the best parts about being a position player. So I don't think I could give up hitting. But the shortstop would be cool. Shortstop would be nice. I mean, kind of the general of the field and stuff like that. So you kind of the shortstop really sets the pace for your team and kind of how your team wants to play and stuff like that. So I would say shortstop, somewhere up the middle. Shortstop, I mean, center is obviously very, very nice, but short at the end of the day is kind of a big honor and a big value to the baseball team. So I would say shortstop.
Okay, so we're coming up on our last question for the day. What does baseball kind of look like for you in your future? I know you said this was your last year playing, so what does it kind of look like going on? Do you plan to join like a club team or keep it going somehow?
Yeah, actually, I'm. It sounds weird to say. I'm done after this semester, after this year. I am going back to school. I did an internship my future plans are. I did an internship at a church down here this summer. And my future is going to be working at that same church, going back to Liberty, and going into seminary and getting my seminary degree. So baseball looks like it's kind of coming down to an end, which is super, super bittersweet. Like we said, it's been a super, super good ride and good career and everything. But yeah, that's kind of what my baseball career looks like. It's a little bit staring down the barrel of it, but I'm just trying to focus and really, really enjoy these last couple months and just enjoy my time here at Radford. It's already been so good, and make some other really, really, really special and good memories that I can hold on to for a little bit.
All right, well, I definitely wish you the best of luck after this year, and then with the season, of course, coming to a close, hopefully no injuries, some great stats put up for your last semester. So,
thank you.
Sadly, that's all that we have time for today, but I had a lot of fun getting to talk to you and understand more about your experience being an athlete here and, like, you as a person. So thank you again so much for joining us today.
Awesome. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun. I'd love to have you back sometime. So for everyone listening, I want to thank you guys for tuning in today. As always, if you're not already following Radio Free Radford on Instagram, you absolutely should be, so you can get updates about another episode of Let's Talk About It and another interview. We have some really good ones coming up that you don't want to miss. And Radford Baseball is having their next game at home this Friday, February 27th at 3 p.m. against Bryant. So make sure that you come out and support them. I know I'll be there, as we talked about before the interview, but it'll be nice to get out there and do something on a Friday afternoon. Hopefully it'll warm up a little bit, but I'm going to go ahead and sign off with that. So I hope everybody has a great rest of their day and a great week, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!